Hey everybody, what is happening? Ishtel Ish, and I'm bringing you part two of my Draft Champions mini offensive schemes. Today we're going to get into the Chargers playbook here, see what we could find. Looked around in it for a bit, grab six plays I believe I got for you today. We're all going to do these out of single back. That way, kind of get groupings in here. That way, you don't have to shift the book around a lot. But as we go through all these teams, you get some variety also and stuff you can carry over into other playbooks. So we're going to do these kind of in at least the numerical order they show up in the playbook itself. Number one is going to be the single back jumbo, and this is going to be X post is the play here. For this play, the setup is just going to be Y motion to the right, and we're going to block RB. Most every play probably blocks at least six on these, and we motion B out, and he's going to get open against many zones unless you have a underneath shaded zone in there like a light blue or something. It's gonna beat most out here on the outside. You will have A coming underneath there just in case it gets tied up. It hits him in the hands and drops it. The frustration it's very high when you're doing the practice mode. It is with me at least. So very annoying. I wish they would kind of tweak the settings so you can actually get a good lab session in, without having stuff like constant drops and stuff. But anyhow, this play here hitting the sideline pretty well. Like I said, you got A underneath that will, you want to hit that one kind of early if they do. For some reason, they didn't really shade underneath at all. They didn't really play any undercoverage. They kept trying to run the play to hit that, but it wasn't showing. But for the most part, what you are trying to do is hitting that Y one. You may have to do a bullet to the right sometimes, towards the sideline pass lead, just to make sure you get that separation if it is a little bit closer. But other than that, that's that one. This is kind of a basic one. We have a lot more plays in here that are bigger ones, but I had one going on each sideline specifically, and then we've got some passes we're going to attack a little bit deeper here in a second, and then a couple man beaters basically is what this little package is comprised of. Get one more of these out here, and then we're going to move on to the other play. Yeah, sorry, that was showing underneath, but like I say, they didn't really give me that coverage I was looking for. If they do a yellow, a light blue, you can also do an up pass lead normally, an up bullet pass lead, and still get it past that guy. Into the next play here, we are now in 4 of 8 of single back, which is ace pair twins, and we are going to start off with the play action Y corner. Is going to be the play here, the PA Y corner you see down in there. And in this one, pretty interesting. You get a very nice route out here off the tight end. We're basically going to take RB, the tight end 2, put him on a streak, and we're going to motion him left. And again, we are going to block the running back, so Y is blocked. All right, I'm going to show you A first here because watch the speed burst he gets on this turn when he hits this. About every time, boom. See that? If you look and they have a tight coverage on the right, anything like this where you can see that there's nobody on the right hand side past him, you got man coverage, he's going to kill that. He's going to be open. You're going to get easy 15, 20, maybe you break a tackle, you go even further, so that's going to be very hard for them to stop manned up. If they don't have somebody else floating that way. You can see you can get like an up bullet right there just to make sure you get behind even a guy floating. So that's going to be open a lot, quite a bit, like I say, against a decent amount of coverage. But we're looking here on the other side, though, is you see if this is actually the third read. I did down there, that's the way it broke, but you don't really want to throw that X while he's curving. You want to make sure he gets that turn in there, and you have to have nobody else underneath, obviously, otherwise you will throw an interception. But this pass, I want to get to the B. Really, that's what we're doing. We're stretching out the RB over the top, and we're going to get right behind him, and there you go. We're going to fit this a lot. We can get a lot of yards on this play. Big play possibility right here. If you're not comfortable making these throws, get your practice in. There you go. If we're running a man coverage where we do drive everybody away, then you hit that under route after he makes that turn. Like I say, it's not a super crisp turn, so if you throw it while he's in that corner, the defender, and he's in the turn, the defender can jump that. That's why I warn you of that route, that X route. You really want to make sure that one's open. But this one right here that's really what you're looking for. Like I say, you're going to hit that quite a bit. There is a nice gap between linebackers and safeties this year. There's a nice gap. These safeties are they want to play over the top for the most part. So it's going to be tough to run by them. very often. But what you can do is you can press them off with one receiver and fit underneath there and get yourself a 20, 25-yard hitter. So we're going to go next play here. Again, we're going to be in the single back ace pair twins. This is 4 of 8, and now we are going to be looking at the play action Y drag wheel. This is the PA Y drag wheel here. And on this play, we are going to take the running back Y. You put him on a wheel and motion him left. He won't motion otherwise unless you get that wheel first. I like to put A on a slant and block RB. And you see what I'm looking at here is the left-hand side. Like I say, we have a play to go to each sidelines I'm giving you. This is the first read here, so you're going to be looking at that wheel route, but you got to watch. See, that's man coverage. When you see man cover, when you see that guy follow, you know you've got that slant. And that slant's going to be open against most guys. That initial route A is on right here. I just left him on that. As you see the way it's rolling, it really doesn't get open. It looks kind of cool in the play art, in a play design for him, but it really doesn't get open very often. That you're better off getting the slant out of that. Here I hit him. I only hit the slant there just because I could have got a lead blocker. I figure on that one would have been okay. But either one of those guys hits. If you're going to hit the wheel right here, I'm going to show you in man coverage. You don't want to wait too long on that one. If that one shows up right there, we got a good cushion on the zone. If you look at that play and you see both those defenders on the left backing off, right when that wheel turns, you hit that, boom. You don't want to hit that too soon though. If you throw that ball before he's about to turn, he doesn't get his head around and you just sail the ball out of bounds. So you do want to throw it right when he's about to make that turn. If you're going to hit the quick pass to it. Here you go. You got man coverage and on both sides there, and Y will on it. See, both of those other ones look good, covered. So I took Y out there. I did put a pass lead to the sideline just to give it extra room out there on the outside. As you see, the linebacker followed me, so I'm guessing it's man coverage here. There we go. We hit Y off the turn. You got to hit this one fast if you're going to hit that play, though, because, again, the way that the zones cover, that even though you're flying off with the guy on the left a little bit, that safety will come down. If you run too far, you can't throw a deep pass on that. It'll get picked, basically. You still got to hit the man cover fairly soon after the turn if you know you have steps on it. So now let's get into the next one here. We're going to be in number 5 of 8. Now this is the tight doubles, and we're going to start off running close under is the name of the play. Close under out of tight doubles, 5 of 8. A is going to be on a streak and RB block. Very simple here. You can see the concept. This is a man beater play. If I know someone's running heavy man stuff, this is what this is something you can dig out and use. So you've got B, you got Y out there. However you see the break, whatever looks good. Both those guys, one of the two should always be open. Sometimes they get, guys get clogged up. X will be on occasion on the man, but not really as much as the underneath ones. But it does, depending on if you got a good receiver, it will break, and you can still get that probably a good bullet pass lead out to the right, sometimes even the up. Now this is in zone here. The X is going to be your most likely zone beater, the way this is set up, because you got a guy pressing and he's coming in. Hit him early there. Probably a little bit safer. You can go a little bit later and hit that bullet. Most of the passes now are going to be bullets, even if the deeper pass, and I like those before anyway. There's the up pass lead to make sure you can get that on the top there. That's what you got to practice, is really getting those in if you want to fit some of the tighter windows like that. But, again, that right there, just an up bullet pass I'm throwing to him, so that way I don't carry the receiver too far to the right where the coverage is, and we just keep hitting that. This play I really like a lot. That route gets open a lot. The only concern that you would have really on this one would just be a very aware user. If you have a user out there who knows what he's doing, that you might want to watch that play specific for the zone route. Because that's really the only real good beater out there. But it does work. But yeah, you got to keep your eye, like most plays. Back here, number 5 of 8 again. Here we got a second play out of this. This is still the single back tight doubles, and we are now going to be doing the close cross, excuse me. This one right here is going to, again, we'll be able to hit some downfield action here. This is a pretty nice way it goes. We're going to put A on a zig, and we are going to block RB. Very simple. A lot of these are only 2. Not having to do as much. We're going to put A on the zig because what we're trying to do is get a user in the middle to suck down to him, and then he'll take B. It looks real basic. You wouldn't think it gets open. This wide receiver, though, again, this is where I'm talking about getting behind the linebackers but below the safeties. This will destroy a cover 3 all day long. If this guy wants to sit in that, boom, you hit that, and you just, like I say, get the timing down, get your bullet pass down. Sometimes lead that one to the right, but a lot of times just a simple bullet will put it right where you need, actually, if you get it right when it breaks properly. Normally, if I do the lead one, a little lead, it's normally if the guy's, kind of on my backside there, and then I feel like I just want to make sure that he can't get his hands on it as much. But other than that, that's the window you're looking for in here. Of course, if he's running a man, you've got B coming across. That's a zone there, but you can hit that one anyway. That. The A is kind of a man beater, nothing great, but you can get, at least it's better than taking a sack, I'd say. It's that route is specifically just to kind of bait in and suck down the man user. That's really all that is. We just want him to bite on those two routes, which initially, if you're playing in the middle, that's what you see, and he's probably not going to get back in time for that Y. More than likely, he's not going to, unless you've ran the play multiple times and then he sees it. So again, here we've got some plays where we can attack the middle, the deep middle, just kind of mix those up. So you don't want to run over and over. Even if you're changing the plays, you don't want to attack the same spot on the field, obviously, because then they'll key onto that also. So kind of mix that up, and obviously run some of your own plays in here. You probably need more than 6, but that said, you've got plays that should be very effective for you. All right, now we're going to get into the single back number 7 here. This is going to be single back doubles, and this is going to be the PA flow, the play action flow. This will be the last play that we're going to run here. As you see, we took the X motion to the right, and we blocked RB. On this one, I blocked the end on the side just in case they had extra pressure, and there we go. We're going to hit B on that. It's very nice. Between the two of those, sometimes you'll see the B receiver streaking across open, and then other than that, you want to follow with the X. Again, the user will probably attack the B, so you will have the X following. The separation will change depending on who's getting bumped and everything like that, of course. A is not the best man beater. I would probably be looking for the other two on the right. There we go with an up pass lead. That was kind of weird. They kind of hit each other and then slowed up and whatnot. I don't know if that'll happen in the game or not, but it's some of those things. There you go. See how B just flying right there. And we're just going to get some extra space, but you could hit him at almost any part of that route right there would have worked. Let's say we're just driving off on the left. You got A open there. You got B open. If you let that one go, and A. So basically, this should be pretty well. I think you can get good man out of this just off the right hand side, though. Again, as long as the user's not sitting in the middle, if he is, more than likely he's going to attack that that route, and you're going to have to kind of pinpoint the X. Unless you're, just be sure you're getting the variety on it. It shouldn't really be an issue anyway. Again, when you let that Y, you can let that even develop further, and again, that one will still hit down the field. Down sidelines left. You've already ran the left safety off with Y, so again, we're hitting him early there. So it should, again, you've got a couple plays now. We're gonna get your mans. We've got you some deep middle stuff you can run. We've got you a play for both the sidelines. I'm not really focusing on runs because you only get so much into one of these, and at some point I might go over just the stuff that I like in the game. But really for me, I'm running a lot of counters and stuff like that right now, though. Other than that, we'll see you in the next one, and I'll try and get some highlights of this soon for you.